Welcome back to the RaidzBank podcast. I'm your host for the evening, Heartless, and joined by two very handsome men, Poplo and Hoyt. What's going on, fellas?
Hello,
Hey.
hello.
Doing well.
It has been a while. I've been away for a few weeks, but it's nice to be back. Nice to be podding with the fellas again, chatting some RuneScape.
Yeah, it's good to have you back, man.
Yeah, welcome back.
I had some life stuff going on. You know how it goes. Things tend to all happen at once. So the boys were more than kind enough to make sure that I was covered for a few weeks, but I'm back in the swing of things now. Everything's looking good, so we should be good to go. Boys, what have you been up to in RuneScape this week? Hoyt, first of all, congrats on your video, by the way.
Thank you, dude.
Watched it.
Yeah,
and I don't know if I didn't get a chance to listen to your last pods, but I assume you talked about the first episode.
Yeah, I didn't do any crazy spoilers, but just talked about it a little bit.
Yeah, it was really well done. I was enjoyed the watch. How have you been? What have you been up to in RuneScape / WoW? I guess.
Yeah,
Since
I've been.
All the boys are playing WoW these days.
Yeah, I have unfortunately been playing WoW with the boys and having a ton of fun, but I always keep the second monitor with RuneScape. So I've been
of course
doing Deadman on the second monitor. It ends this Friday, and then I'm gonna go back to the second monitor being the Snowflake series.
Okay.
So that's why episode 2 isn't out. It's been weighing on me heavily. Don't worry, everyone, but it'll come when it's ready. And a wizard arrives precisely when he means to, never early nor late. So, it'll be here, and there should be a little better cadence, but temporary game modes, they're bad for the algorithm, and they're bad for if I'm playing them. So, that's been it.
Yeah, I assume that was your topic last week. Obviously, I'm ill-informed because I didn't get to play, but yeah, I literally logged into Deadman, died, and then just quit. So it's all good.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I also noticed that they
experience.
I was a little bit late getting to it, and I was doing some reading to see are there effective ways to get points and stuff, and a lot of people were saying they kind of butchered the point system, so it's way harder to get points than it was last time.
Yeah.
And I ended up just saying, all right, I'm good. The rewards actually aren't that important to me for the time that I'd have to commit. So, and the mental strain it would take. So I decided to tap out of that. But I'm glad did you get some good points, Hoyt, on the Dead Man?
No, but I will get I'll get my recolors and be done. I'm 85% done or 90. I'm really close, but I've been so slow because I've been playing it as a second monitor game. And
right.
If you just dedicated 2 days straight, you would have my points very quickly, or just 1 day. But I'm not interested in taking a day off work and just sweating it out because it's not for me. So
Who's got time to do that nowadays?
Right.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's cool though, Hoyt. I'm glad that you at least got a couple points. Poplo, what have you been up to on the groupie and the main, I guess?
Group Ironman. I mean, this week has been another busy week of work for me, so I was at a conference for most of this week. But last weekend, I was able to bust out a bunch of quests, and now I just have one more left on the Group Ironman, actually. So I went and I did my sailing. I got my Monkey Madness 2 done. I got all the other GM questions of the Father and stuff like that for the juicy, I can't remember, 90k freaking Herblore XP or something like that. Whatever the crazy amount is. 75k maybe Herblore XP.
Damn,
really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And the only one I got left now is Desert Treasure 2. And so just, I know it's a long one. I think I'll probably do a couple of the sub-quests just in the evenings this week. And then I will have the Questcape. So that's been big for me. Otherwise...
That's big.
Yeah.
You finally play the game.
Yeah. Then I can finally play the game, finally.
DT2 is a fun quest with Quest Helper, I find.
Yeah.
The puzzles are, difficult, but having the Quest Helper just it just makes things so much easier.
Yeah,
so.
especially in the city, the Lasar city. It's quite tedious without it. I remember spending hours down there on the first day. Painful.
Doing it on release, was
really bad too.
So hard.
But yeah, that's big though. Yeah, Questcape is a nice upgrade. You're now like early game according to Hoyt. So
yeah,
moving into the mid game. Yeah,
and then I've got mid game.
I think I've got the Rex for pretty much all the like hard diaries. So I'm gonna go do those, like just the achievement diaries. So gonna go do all the hards. And then I think I'll just start moving back into PVM eventually when I get the time to do so. So it's been good. On the main, I'm almost back up to 1,000 Temporos permits. So gonna crack those at some point pretty soon. But yeah, nothing too much on the main, but a lot of herbivore, a lot of Temporos. So same as normal.
Same old end game boring. It's going to be the same. For the
same old retirement
months.
Home. Yep.
That's funny. So, well, speaking of a retirement home, I remaxed. So
GZ.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Thank you. 99 sailing. It was incredibly painful to get it, and I felt quite burnt out, especially for the last maybe the month of January. I felt quite burnt out, and sailing has not helped at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm getting to the point on the account where like I'm not missing too much. So the burnout was inevitable, but sailing was pretty painful. So I'm really glad it's done.
Were you salvaging?
I just salvaged the whole way. Like as AFK as possible. Would leave it 25 minutes before I left for work and before I went to bed and stuff like that. Just like maxed out as much as I could.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I'm glad it's over. And I can't wait to talk about sailing today. But besides that, I just did a couple Coliseum KCs. And I've been doing some charged glories, just some like chill stuff on the side. So
nice.
Should be a good turnaround away from sailing. Actually, some active play for a bit.
Yeah.
So it's been good. But yeah, it's been chill. So it's nice to be back, and nice to be back on the pod. Nice to see what the clan has been up to besides playing WoW, of course. So Scythe of got his champion's cape. You got the Lesser Demon, the Ghoul, the Hobgoblin, and Jogers all on the same day.
Jeez.
Which is like quite the achievement.
Nuts.
Yeah, that's very big. Also
it's like
40
all of them.
Yeah, it is. It's like
half of them.
Over half of them.
I think Ghoul, Hobgoblin, and Joger are ones you can't casually grind for. And I think there's one more.
I think Lesser Demon's hard. Earth Warrior's hard because it's Wilderness.
No, Lesser Demon you can get from Krill or you can get from Wilderness. So there's a bunch of them. I have all the chill ones. I think there's 6. Earth Warriors, maybe that one's like kind of hard to get unless you get it on task.
It looks like there's 10 of them. So he got 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
so you got 40% of them in one day.
That's impressive. Huge GZ though. It'll never be a useful cape, but at least you got it. Next is 40 IQ. He completed his corrupted gauntlet grind with full crystal in the Bofa at 256 KC. Right on the bit.
Amazing.
Very
awesome.
impressive. Very impressive. You love to see someone completing sub 400. That's crazy. And corrupted as well.
Especially for like a very new player like 40.
Yeah, nice troll. Deserves the luck after 10 years of playing the game for sure. But for every one that goes like 2,000 KC dry and like criminal for the seed, there's someone like him who completes in 200 KC. So that's big.
It's actually good because like a new player maybe should go dry so they get good at PVM, whereas he doesn't. 40's done 2,000 TOB or more, so he doesn't need to sit in CG all day.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just
the rich get richer.
Yeah, truly on the Iron Man. Next, we got quite a few updates today. There's a lot more than usual. We've got Toddy as well pulling the Sol Heredit pet at 94 KC. Pretty sick pet to pull.
Hell yeah!
On the quiver turn in as well.
94. That's crazy.
Yeah, what's
did
the
you
rate
pull it
there?
on the? It's 1 in 200 or 1 in 100.
And then you turn it in.
1 in...
I think it's 1 in 200, and then you turn in for 1 in 200. So it's 1 in 100?
Sounds right.
Or is it less than that?
I don't remember, actually. I think it's less, but I don't remember exactly.
Maybe it's 1 in 150. Who knows? But it's a relatively quick pet if you're good at Colosseum. That's the key. Obviously, Toddy is good at Colosseum. So that's a big
yeah,
one
1 in 200 for both. You're right.
Okay. Yeah, so
so he's right on
solid.
right.
Yep.
Right on right. Next up is Ryukusen pulling a Zagor's Chain Mace. And then right after, also pulled a crossbow. This is like 15 minutes apart. At the orcs, by the way, the orcs always give. Trust the orcs. If you're ever going to go with the grind, you trust the orcs.
Yeah, I was online for that one. We're like, what the hell just happened?
He's just going for clogs, I assume, so he must have been stoked to get 2 of the rarest ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine you're an Iron Man, you pull that in 15 minutes? Big pull.
Yeah,
so that's huge for Ryu. No. But speaking of irons, Rum Jugs did pull a Void Waker, completed the very nice weapon. So that's also a big one.
Yeah, did you see?
You love to see it. Yeah, huge. Less useful now, but still good. Yeah, thanks to everyone who decided to, post their achievements in the clan. We really appreciate it, and you can get a shout out by doing so in our Discord. If you're interested in joining our Discord, I mean, you may as well. Come on, it's just like one click. Just come and get involved and see what's going on in the community. You can head down into the show notes, and you'll see a nice little Discord link there. Also, if you're interested, we do have a Patreon where you can support the show for as little as $3 a month. This helps keeps everything running here at the RaidzBank podcast. And if Patreon isn't your thing, you could just listen to a word from our sponsors. All right, fellas, here we are back again talking about the Game Jam. This always brings us some nice content. So for those of you who don't know what a Game Jam is, it's where the developers at Jagex are given Hoyt, you say a 1 week here. I think it's 2 weeks though. And they can work on whatever they want. And then some of them will be proposed to the community, not all of them. But basically they're just given 2 weeks to say, hey, just go wild, come up with an idea, give us a proposal. And if we like it, we'll send it to the community to see what they think. It's just a good way for employees to either partner up with people or it seems like they have a lot of fun with it. Personally, I would love 2 weeks to just kind of like dig into a passion project. Not all of these things are brought into the game, even if they, potentially pass a poll. But it just kind of gives us some new ideas for directions for the game.
I think it's a great idea
to add.
I'd like to do it at my company just for we work on websites and stuff. I'm just like, yo, here's a week, do whatever you want, as long as it has to be, you have to exercise it in good faith. So do something that might actually be possible to bring in the game. But it's how you get a lot of ideas that otherwise you can't really ask your boss for time for because they're just going to say no way, get back to work.
Yeah. So I guess what are some of the famous game jams of the past that have come into the game?
The Gridmaster thing.
Familiar with them?
Bingo. The Bingo in game was a game jam from Elena.
I actually have a list of them right here. Do you want me to go through some of the ones that stand out to me? Okay.
Yeah, so memory.
Okay, so Last Man Standing game mode that came out in 2020. This only started about 4 years ago, and not all of. I would say it looks like this is a rough estimate. I would say about a third of them have come into the game, maybe 40%. So a little bit less than half.
Okay, that's not bad.
So Last Man Standing came in. What else came in? The woodcutting. Oh my god, freaking forestry. That should never have come in.
Oh no.
You know what? Good. I think the concept was fine. The whole concept was to make woodcutting more group friendly. And they just butchered how it was implemented. But I actually think the idea was fine. New hairstyles. That one came into the game too. That's a great one. The Blood Blorva armor set came in 26th of July.
Oh,
what else came in? The Path of Glefry, that was Mod Ed's game jam, so he worked on the quest. I remember when that one came out. There's a lot of back end stuff, music improvements or UI improvements that people decide to work on. They just dive into the code for a little bit. And I think that's also fine, but they're like less noteworthy. So there's some back end systems things that came through. The Rat King.
Most curious.
Young Scurious. I think that was their idea, right? That was a good game jam. And we're obviously going to talk about, well, not really. I guess the Cow Boss is coming into the game this month, so it's similar kind of idea. So the Rat King. What else came in? Hunter Guild and the loot system, which was pretty cool. So that was also a game jam. A new skill guide, some like minor backend stuff came in. Project Rebalance was part of a game jam, which I thought was very interesting.
Oh wow, really?
You remember Project Rebalance?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a big. For those of you who don't remember, that was like elemental spells and, you know, changing the way agility, regens, run energy, stuff like that. There was like a ton of stuff that happened during Project Rebalance, but those are some of the main things.
Yep. Magic percentage taken
yeah,
away from the occult and
quite a lot
moved
of
to other
like
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, so some rebalance stuff. And I think that's pretty much it. The rest of
that's a pretty good list. That's some pretty
stuff.
Yeah,
Dead Man mode improvement. Yeah, pretty. I mean, not minor, but you know, not major updates for sure, but also not minor. So there are significant updates.
I think that's a pretty well liked list of things too.
I would say so.
Generally, a lot of those go over pretty well.
Do you want to know some of the notable ones that haven't passed?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
And it's not always that they don't pass. It's that that there's no interest in them. Maybe they just, the one that had a lot of interest here. Let me explain. I'm kind of going off topic here, but it's not really. Do you remember one that came out like 3 years ago? It was like an agility island that was like cherry blossom trees, and you could get pink graceful. It seemed really like cutesy.
Oh, vaguely, yeah.
I don't remember that.
I can't remember what it was called, but that was the idea. It had quite a lot of interest in it from the community. People were really stoked. Pink graceful, cherry blossoms. This island looks super sweet, but they ended up not putting it into the game, even though all these people wanted it. And it's just something. I remember them making a post saying like, "Look, just because everyone likes it doesn't mean we're going to put it into the game." So game jams are very much just depending on how things are going in the back.
Yeah, it's just for the holy mollies.
Yeah, exactly right. The holy mollies did not come from this though.
No.
But yeah,
that's a Reddit update through and through.
Yeah, that's an interesting one that didn't. I don't know. I'm not even going to dive into the others because I want to save one of them for later, and it's the one that sticks out in my mind. That's an absolute.
And we're getting. And now, guys, they're working on getting the holy cows now. For the cow slippers from the boss.
Watch it. You're gonna get 500 KC an hour. You can relax.
Dude, the holy cows. I'm on board for the holy cows.
You weren't on board for the bull pet, even though you're gonna get it at your conference in one day by putting your phone in your pocket. You're gonna be fine.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It might be high.
So the holy cows and the holy mollies.
That's a little bit of history on game jams. So yeah, it's obviously not guaranteed, but we're gonna go through the 5 today that were I think it was 5 that was proposed to us, maybe a few more, 7. First up, let's talk a little bit. We'll just touch quickly on Bovine Bully. This was the new cow boss, obviously that Poplo loves. It's coming to the game from the mod. What was his name? Mod Arcane, and was it Elena that worked on it? Arcane and no, it was Arcane and someone else. Anyways, the two of them worked on it for a week, and then in the second week they made the hard mode boss. So I think that's pretty cool. It seems like relatively well liked. That's going to be in the game in February. So that's like an idea of what game jams look like. But I think we should dive right in, unless you guys want to touch on the cow boss. We kind of already talked about it, right?
Yeah, I want to defend myself, and I want to clarify. I'm fine, everybody. I told you it was just a rant. And I'm fine. I want the cow boss. It's fine. They said it has like 50 HP, dude. It doesn't even matter. So
yeah, now he's fine with it. Now
exactly. Exactly.
Wow. How the tides change. So right. First up, we speaking of fun content. Oh,
sorry, it was Mod Acorn. What's the other mod?
Acorn. Okay, great. Well, they did a good job with the cow boss. That's an idea. That's obviously an example of one that's easy to implement, is meaningfully impactful to the player base, and is enjoyed by the players. So obviously, it will come into the game. This one though, I'm not sure it will. Boat Fashionscape. Here we go. Brand new boat cosmetics, sail patterns. The team created some basic patterns so you can swap out for sails. Right now, they're just like white or off-white. So you've got black, blue, brown, green, pink. Yeah, a whole bunch of different colors. They also teased dragon sails. Not really sure how you would get these. Maybe putting dragon items into it. It's hard to say. They also talked about adding more boat trims, specifically metallic trims, going from bronze all the way up to dragon. So some pretty interesting choices here. What do you guys think about Boat Fashionscape?
That's not too bad. I think the sail color is kind of cool. I mean, they do change a little bit when you like upgrade your sails to different stuff, but as long as the trims, like, I feel like if you get a boat paint, you're gonna normally want to go with that over the trims if they look cooler, which I think is just fine. So.
I think the dragon sails are badass, but they should definitely just come from dragon sheets. I mean, they're literally called dragon sheets. You could put them into a sail. I know they're like metal sheets, but I don't know. That just seems weird that Jagex themselves was like, maybe part of a dragon plate body. It's like, what are you on right now? What are you talking about? We have materials that you introduced. And the whole thing with like dragon cannonballs and dragon sheets was like, we don't want to connect them to dragon items because then people are just going to they're going to go kill Vardorvis for dragon plate body or dragon leg drops for the most efficient way to upgrade your boat. Doesn't make sense. I get that. So I don't know who was just throwing out the dragon plate body thing. That was odd. But I think the boat trims are a terrible idea because we have the boat paints. Like iron trim is literally the shark paint. And it just seems it seems like weird reward space where like the gold. So notice how they don't have a black trim or a gold trim because we have the inky paint and the merchant's paint, which are really, really, really hard to get. So they're just like, well, you could spend 40K to get the rune trim or 40 mil to get the merchant paint. It's like, I don't know. I think
we already have the red, the Zamorak trim, which is red, so dragon would be. Yeah, trims, I agree. The trims are a little bit out of place. I think the whole thing is out of place, to be honest.
And we have the Saradomin paint instead of the Mithril or Rune are both blue. So I think the paints are a bad idea. I don't understand that.
I just think that this is a bit weak for a game jam. Don't you? Like, if you can have 2 weeks. Here's the problem with sailing is it has no integration into the game right now. It's just like a standalone side thing that kind of sucks to train and has no real connection to the game world outside of like deep sea trawling for best in slot fish and a couple quests for storylines. Like, I would personally would have thought that these things, I feel it's sad that Boat Fashionscape has to be part of someone's game dev time when they could have come up with something more creative like another island or whatever. Just seems
I feel like what if you could just do like decals on your boat or something? Like you get your name, the name of the...
You mean decals?
What?
Decals? What are you talking about?
Yeah, they're called decals. The stickers?
Decals. Yeah, like a sticker.
Like
like flames on the side or something.
I thought they're called decals.
No way. What did I say in the last episode?
I was just like, we just had this in the last episode.
Have I been mispronouncing these the whole time?
You are, yeah. What? It's definitely decal.
Oh, no.
What? You didn't? I don't think you said the word yet.
I said...
I would have caught it.
No, I said... Last week I said, instead of Unquiet Ocean, I always read it as like Unicat. Like,
oh, yeah.
A totally different word.
Decals.
I couldn't let that get back. Decals.
I've always thought it was a decal. Well, there you go.
Well, there you go. I'm Poplo, the
wrong.
Pronunciation expert here. So
the best part was he was correcting you.
Well, I've just never.
He tried Uno reverse.
I find it strange that that's never come up in my life. So here we are.
Yeah,
maybe that's how they say it in Canada. I don't know.
No.
Anyways, what if you could just get some like flames on your boat, or get the name of your boat like painted on the back? You know, like
why
the
can't
SS,
we name? Why can't we just name our boats? There's so many things that we could have done. More customization
like it's
is
got
good.
a name. Yeah, it's got a name, so you could just get it slapped right on the back there by your by the helm. What if you just got your name painted on there? I feel like the sails are harmless, but the trims are like we already have trim options in the game, so throw on some flames, throw on some other, I don't know, spray paint on the side or whatever.
Yeah. I think the issue here, like, I like the sails because everyone having the same white sail is like kind of lame. So I think having like, I'd love to get the all black sail would be badass, or the guys to flex with the dragon sail would be really cool. But I think, yeah, like I said, I think the trims are a no-no because we already have that reward space, and it's not easy to get some of the trims. They should stay prestigious. And we need, if we're going to talk about boat cosmetics, I hate to like, be against progress, but we want actual boat cosmetics. Like I want a Fremnik boat. I want a Varlamore boat. I want a, old school boat that's got the old textures. I don't know. We don't want to change the colors of things. We don't like be able to add windows, or a pirate boat that's like half broken. I know I'm asking for the world, but
no, I like that. I think what if that is like a reward space for like a future league, instead of getting like a POH skin, you get like a boat skin.
Yeah,
I think that could be kind of cool.
It's bad right now, and they know it, but I think this is like, I know it's an olive branch to like try to give us something instead of nothing, but I kind of want to, I don't know. I think the sales are cool. I'll leave it at that, but
yeah,
they need to do more.
I'm not sure this will come in. I mean, I guess if it's an easy one, then fine. I guess we should move on. Next is the combat achievements interface improvements. So the overview tab is going to be updated to show Gommel's hilt corresponding to, whatever tier it is. So each of the Gommel's hilts has a different look depending on like if you're, elite grandmaster, etc. The boss tab has been completely updated to show boss icons that you can click on instead of their names. They're also broken down into tiers such as early, mid, late, and end game. They've also changed the boss icons to be these like little pixel art things, instead of the actual model, which was what we currently have. I guess some people, this is probably the thing people have the most issue with, which I'm sure we'll talk about. Then we have Gommel's Hilt's icons now shown next to each task. And the screen has icons with your KC, fastest kill times. Once you have a little look at it, it'll make a lot more sense. It does look relatively clean. I think the big talking point here is the pixel art, right?
Yeah. And they put them into intro, early, mid, late, and end game.
Yeah,
so right up our alley.
Clamping down on what's what. That's kind of a topic in and of itself. But I think, what do you guys think about the change of direction going with the pixel art instead of the actual model of the boss?
I think it looks sick, honestly. I think that all the UI change for this looks really cool. I like it. I do like you said, Hoyt. I don't think that they should go early, mid, late, end game, because if they could group it by like wilderness bosses, slayer bosses, stuff like that, I think that would be pretty sick. But I think the art, I think it's the same stuff that's on the like high scores tab. So if you look someone up, like the little pixel that's next to their kill count, I think that's what is on the like on the UI now. That's what they're proposing.
Okay. Oh, I think it's stupid, but that's me.
I'll say the new boss the new boss screen is really jarring.
Defend my position.
I thought
I'll let Hoyt talk first, and then I'll defend my position.
Yeah.
I thought it was really jarring. I'd never really liked these icons. Some of them are like good, and a lot of them I think are bad. But when they're zoomed in, like I can appreciate them more, but when they're like on the high score thing, I'm literally like squinting like what the hell is that? So I don't know. I know it's probably some artist's pet project, but if I'm looking right now at like the Volcano one, it's really Volcano as well as Skatizo are like a different art style distinctly from some of the other ones. They're like all cute and miniature. Like,
yeah, that's true. I do.
I don't
Wait,
know.
I just noticed them.
And then you have the TOA one. Like, it's kind of all over the place. It feels like I don't know.
Okay, so if they could reconcile the art style to something,
just leave it as it is. You have the model right now, just like rotating 360. It's sweet because here's the thing: if you're looking through the combat achievements, you're like, "Yo, this boss looks sick. I'd love to kill this." I want to see what the actual boss looks like. I don't want to see some look. Pixel art has its place. Don't get me wrong. It's good on keychains. It's good in. It's fine for the high scores because it's too small to put the model. But when you're talking about a combat achievement where it's listing the overview and difficulty of the boss, talking about its attack styles, immunities, slayer categories, your kill count, its combat level, why would you have a pixel art when you could just have the model, which we already have, which looks great? Because then you can cruise through and you'd be like, imagine as a newer player, like us, we know what all the bosses are, so it's easy to talk about. But I remember looking into other games and looking at bosses and being like, yo, that boss looks crazy. I want to kill that thing. Like looking at, Krill rather than a pixel art version.
Well, their reasoning was bizarre. They said they did this so when you see it for the first time, it feels better. So it's not like spoilers.
That's so stupid. Everyone's going to go on the wiki.
They're going to watch a YouTube video. Or they're going to watch a YouTube video. The wiki, yeah.
No, I've never killed a boss without looking up a video on how to do it first, unless you're just going to go in blind. So what are you doing this for? The 10 people? Just give us they want trying to give us more information, but then cut down on the visually impressive ones? I don't know. Imagine you go to see Dagonoth Kings and you're like, yo, those kind of look like shit. So I don't know. I think it's a bit dumb and out of place when the overall UI looks good, but this pixel art thing is just not really the direction I think they should go in. But all good. If they do,
what if they did? Okay, wait. What if we handshake here? Handshake. What if they do the pixel art for like the tab where you select the boss, and then when you go into it, it's got the rotating actual model
that would be great.
Like.
That would be great.
So that it can that correlates to like the high scores, because we're kind of getting used to seeing that when you look someone up on high scores, but then you click on it, and it's like the actual boss like rotating.
Yeah, it's fine.
Handshake.
I even think that the pixel art is terrible to see on the high scores. I have to hover over what the boss is, and I've played this game for 10 years. So I like the old ones personally when they're a bit more smooth and easier to see. But hey, can't please everyone. So yes, Poplo, I'd be fine with that. I would handshake on that as long as they keep the model.
Okay, what do you think about the rest of the rest of the layout and stuff, the hilt and all that stuff?
It looks good. It looks a lot better. Yeah,
I think the
hilt doesn't really make sense because unless you are a seasoned player, you don't know which color is which.
Yeah, and it's just too large. At work, I'm not a graphic designer, but sometimes I'm allowed to make my own graphics for stuff, and I'll work hard and I'll make the graphics. And then when I see an actual graphic designer make the same thing or to edit what I made, I'm like, okay, I understand now why you're good at your job. And this looks so much better. I feel like this was made by someone like me who can dabble in graphic design, but doesn't quite have that final ingredient to like make it look clean. This gives me anxiety with like how chunky everything is, how in your face it is, how overt it is. It's more of like a feel thing of critique, but like the Gommel's hilt are huge. And I'm like, I get it, bro, but you could like make them a little smaller. I agree with Heartless, how you don't really know what they are. I don't know if Poplo, you said that, but like only seasoned players will know what the blue hilt is versus the red one. I don't know, but
when you open the combat achievement, the overview, it says right on there, easy.
It tells you, but now you have to go between two screens to like remember.
Well, but they're in order, at least on the when you go into the bosses. I think that like that part looks super clean.
It's fine.
going from
Just be small.
the overview with the sword at the top, there's like a progress bar to where you get to the next combat achievement. I think that's pretty cool.
Again, it's kind of, this is one of those ones that's tough to talk about on the podcast, because really for people to have their opinions about it, they got to go take a good look at the UI. So I imagine we're gonna get some improvement to it at some point. Whether it's this exactly, it's hard to say, but it looks like they're going to be working on this in the future. We should dive into the skill guide improvements now. Again, we'll do our best to talk about it. If you haven't seen it, we'll try to explain it. But what they've done is they've reworked the code behind the scenes. So now requirements like level 50 agility for the crystal bow will display in red in the range skill guide, etc. Kind of like it does with construction. So when you click on something, it will tell you in red below exactly what you need to make like an oak table. It'll say, you need nails, a hammer, a saw, and 8 oak planks. It's the same idea, but going for gear, which I think is a lovely little upgrade. The rework also allows them to create a section for level up unlocks, so you can go there, search for like level 62, and see everything you unlock at that level. So instead of digging through the guide manually scrolling, you can just type it in. And then they've added a new glowing effect to the icons where you can unlock that it shows you a new glowing effect to the icons that you've unlocked. Wait, you want to read this one? I don't get it. I'm lost.
When you unlock something for level 50 attack, you'll get this glowing notification on the skill tab. So you would click on the sword and see what you unlocked. And then when you hit level 10 on Herblore, you click on the notification. It's a very mobile game-esque, like, you have daily rewards to unlock, click here. It's like that, but on the skill thing, like, you unlocked a new fletching activity, click here. So it's
a new player focused skill change, I would say.
Yeah,
for people who have for people who can't read or scroll.
It's a lot, and you don't want to have to check every level to see if you can do something new. So I get it, but a lot of the problem is early game. You're getting 1 million levels in an hour, so you're gonna have a lot of these, and you'll probably turn them off early on. They said there'd be a toggle, so I don't know.
What do you think, Poplo?
I like everything about it except for probably the glowing part. Like for me, I'm gonna turn it off right away when I start, which is just another setting that I'm gonna have to do. And then I'm just, if I forget to turn it off, then I'm just gonna end up with the whole skills tab glowing eventually. But that's the only thing. I think the rest of it is kind of cool. Like not having your unlocks and everything like in red if you haven't got to that part yet. I hope it looks a little cleaner and a little bit easier for new players, and they could probably do a little bit of like restructuring, a little bit of reorganizing for the new tabs that they're making and everything like that. And I hope that it's gonna look very clean when it's all done.
I'm worried about the settings. Like, we have a lot of settings these days, and players don't know about them until somebody tells them, oh, you're not doing this? Go in here, type this in. You have to search for it, because if you try to find it manually, you're screwed. So I don't have a solution for them, but it is starting to kind of become a problem of how many there are. I don't know.
We are getting a lot of settings. Yeah, you're right. But
it is what it is.
I like having the splash of color in there. If it could turn green when you hit that, from red to green when you unlock something, that would hit the brain chemicals real nice.
That would be good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, boys. Moving on to the next one. Multi-level visibility. Here we go. So currently in the game, how it works is when you're upstairs, you can't see outside, and you can't see players that are moving around or talking. Mods made a way where you can see players running around and interacting with objects while they're on a separate floor. So by default, there'd be no interactions allowed across levels. This would also be disabled in PvP areas. So basically right now, if you're on the second floor, you can't see anything except for the second floor. Same goes if you're on the first floor, ground floor, you can't see anything above you. But they're hoping to sort of mesh this, and obviously they're mentioning that they disable it in PvP, so you can't get sniped while you're on the second floor of like the rogue's castle or something like that. Because I think that was people's main issue. Any buff to PvP, and it will not pass the polls. There's also open. Wait, you had to write this? This also opens up the possibility of flying vehicles. A new skill coming next year. Flying.
I didn't write that in. It's in the blog.
Good. Hoyt, I thought this was a Hoyt agenda coming through here. He wants a new skill.
No, it's literally in the blog. They show a video.
Okay, that's really funny.
It does say this. Yeah, it does say that in the blog.
Maybe they should work on their current transportation systems and then add hot air balloon.
This is bait.
Okay, but
I don't know why they put this in there.
It's total rage bait from Hoyt putting it in the blog like that. Unbelievable. What do you guys think about this?
I think it's a W. Right now,
general W.
Right now, when you go to a second floor, it like each second floor is somewhere else in the game world. Like it'll be way off the map in the ether. There's like the second floor to the pub or something. So it's like teleporting you. However, with sailing, what they can do is, since they added this from sailing, they can basically show you, it's like a fake rendering, or like, I don't know. It's a cool software thing they're doing, but they're showing you under you is like a different chunk. Because that's what they have to do for everyone's boat, which is why everyone's like, I don't know. There's a long explanation from like Mod, Nid, and the other game.
But general win though for like the aesthetics.
Very cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it connects the world, and it takes away that weird hollow feeling you get sometimes with this game, where you're like, it's a cool feeling, but sometimes it's a little jarring for other players of like emptiness when you're alone and there's no one running around. So
yeah, that's cool. Fair. Poplo, anything to say on this?
Nope, I think it's cool. I think the only frustrating thing would, like you probably wouldn't be able to interact with stuff if you're on different floors, but trying to click a goblin or something when you're on the second floor of Lumbridge Castle versus the first floor, it's like, why can't I attack this thing? Or why can't I go over there?
Yeah, also, we got to get something straight here, and this really bothers me. Can we talk about how the British call it ground floor, first floor? That's outrageous.
It's
first,
yes.
It's first floor, second floor. There's nothing else to it.
Yep.
I don't
ground floor, first floor.
That always messes me up on like the wiki or quest helper. They always do that.
Yes, but the ground floor is not a floor, so therefore it doesn't count. Yeah, okay. We get it. It's time to change.
What do they call the lower levels? Like if you go down
the negative floors. For first floor.
negative one. Yeah.
Probably the basement, as what we would call it, right?
Okay, what about the second downstairs floor?
The second
basement?
Well, it's
the ground basement and the first basement.
There's the ground floor, the basement, and the first basement.
Yes. I don't really know. So I guess we'd have to ask one of our British listeners. So
yeah, I guess
the British can take a joke, right? No problems.
Yeah, better than anyone.
Don't let them invade us. Next, we're moving on to Will It Slide? This one's just been put right into the game. They've added this it's kind of this UI for the music sliders and the sound. So the slider now has 21 set positions instead of 4, and you can't drag it back and forth. They fixed it. They've also reworked the music triggers, so they no longer triggered by chunks, but instead they follow the terrain. So, for example, if you're moving from a grass area to the desert of Al-Kharid, it was already in the game, but they've coded it now. So it just like makes a bit more sense when you're going from area to area as far as the music lines go. And then finally, the custom music playlists are finally here, so you can go ahead and use these new options to recolor or hide any tracks, so you can listen to your favorite tracks, which is pretty cool. Nice. I really, really like the not changing by chunk and instead changing by area. It makes way more sense. Yeah. Basically redrawing the music lines based on, Al-Kharid rather than the desert, than specific chunks, which are like just big RuneScape squares. So big W again. And this one obviously was good. It just came right in. Dude, it used to be there was 5 music settings or sound settings when the game came out. Off, 25, 50, 75, 100, nothing else. Unless you had RuneLite or a third-party plugin, you were stuck with those. Yeah, so I've got mine usually set pretty low, but this I'm going to have to readjust now.
Yeah, I feel like mine are always on like 3% or 5. Otherwise, it just blows my ears off. I don't know.
Yeah. Now you can actually adjust it quite nicely. I've noticed you can have it up at like 50 and 50.
Nice.
Instead of just 2% like it used to be before. So big W, and no wonder it came into the game without like any polling or anything. Next up, boy, anything else to say about that, or are we good to move on?
Wait, yeah.
Okay.
What's on your RuneScape playlist? What you guys got?
What's the best track?
Yeah, what's making the playlist?
Yesteryear and Coil and Magical Journey. Those are my favorite songs.
Flute Salad.
Nice. Flute Salad.
I think
Flute
Sailing
Salads,
Ruins, Sea Shanty too for me, because they only played that song for like until everyone had to turn it off.
Yeah, Alan Walker spamming Sea Shanty too. Yeah.
Wait, that was kind of sick. I kind of like that one.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I gotta say, it was pretty good, but still,
I did like that.
Spamming it.
I got Inferno, and Coil.
Autumn Voyage
Inferno.
might be the
Autumn Voyage.
homepage one. Escape Rune, I think is
a lot of the OG
actually,
ones are really good. Like when you first get into members or like down in the areas, there's a bunch of great tracks. So
nostalgia.
we'll have to rank our tracks one day. Okay.
That'd be good.
Before we get to the fun stuff, the teleport map now has this is a game jam. I shouldn't say it now has. This one is not in the game yet. They're offering like this display map, kind of like there's a Nexus plugin right now for your teleport Nexus that kind of shows you area by area and where you want to teleport. It's the same idea. Visual displays for where all the teleports are in the world, and they would be the ones that you have unlocked and accessible would show up, and they could also be used for things like fairy rings, spellbook tellies, jewelry, POH, etc. Basically, they're just updating the way the map would look, and you can tally to specific places. What do you guys think?
I think the map looks atrocious.
I agree. That was my first thought.
Yeah.
The idea is great. The visuals
I love the
are
idea.
Horrible.
It looks dog shit.
It looked like it was made in MS Paint. It was really bad.
Yeah,
it was like
literally.
It was like a cyan background. If they did it like they do the maps for the different leagues, I think it would look great.
Yeah. I'm sure they'd probably agree. So, yeah, I don't think the fairy ring icon looks good either. Like with the mushrooms, can we just have something that doesn't blend in as well? Like, I don't know. But I like the idea. I think it's really welcome because there's nothing really I can think of on the wiki to find teleport locations, and the transportation icon is very confusing in the game as well. Like you don't know what it is. I guess now when you hover over it, I think they fixed that. Maybe it's RuneLite doing that, but I think we need this, and just having one source where you have all the tellies is good without RuneLite, I guess.
Yeah, kind of like they did with the minigame teleports. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good. Okay. Here we go. Deep breath for this one. I'm already raging.
All right, here we go.
He's back with his second game jam, Mod Manked, the only dedicated wilderness mod, and this time he has come up with the Revenant Cave rework. Okay, something that everyone has been crying out for. Do we talk about this first, or do we talk about it briefly? Talk about this guy's last game jam.
Sure.
It has to be mentioned, dude. His last one was Wrath.
No, don't say it. No,
the bad man. The roaming wilderness
the Voldemort
boss
of this podcast.
The Wrathmaw was the Voldemort of the entire... I don't think I've ever seen a poll more negatively downvoted than that one. This one might come second place, though. So Wrathmaw was this like giant world boss that he suggested that would like spawn. Basically, it would be like timed, and it would have worked out that it would have been camped by clans, and no one would ever have gotten a kill unless you pay them money for it. And this is kind of along the same idea. So he's talking about reworking the Revenant Caves, but first we have to get into history, because Revenant Caves are actually one of the most interesting things about the wilderness. And honestly, RuneScape, they have a lot of great history and stories. I shouldn't say great, a lot of interesting history and stories. So they came out in 2017, and they were originally just multi, and they were packed with these high-level revenants. And the idea was that, you know, people went to make a lot of money there, brief, quick money, and then, you know, there would be a food chain of PKers, like small one person or little teams would come, and then big clans would come in. And it was kind of like this constant rotation, this predator-prey thing. And it started out fine. I think it was actually quite fun. I used to PK back then, and I enjoyed the Rev Caves. They were like quick fun, you know, you'd get in and out. But then they started to get really toxic. And it led to this very unsavory behavior, tons of real world trading, because basically what would happen is the clans would just lock down worlds, totally lock them down. They would have tons of people there. They would make you pay them to farm the revenants, or they would just farm the revenants themselves. And it got really out of control, to the point where there were these massive clan battles, like hundreds of players logging in, and just one item crystal halberding each other over and over and over again, like a multi-day PKing wars.
Onslaughts.
It was between the Venezuelans and Rot, if you're interested. But it's actually quite a storied history, and we should get into it with more detail at some point. But that kind of gives you a brief history. So obviously they needed to clamp down. So in 2020 they totally overhauled it. They made them singles plus instead of multi, and they added 100k entry fee. So if you die in the cave, you have to pay 100k to enter, which would prevent this one item ragging that was happening allegedly. But really, what killed the one item ragging was now it was singles, so you can only fight 1v1. Of course, singles plus being that if you're on a monster, you can tag people off the monster to attack them. Yeah, so that's kind of and that's where we are right now. I think there's been some updates to, you know, Slayer tasks and stuff to get more people to go in, but I think overall, what do you guys think? Rev Cave's in a fine spot at the moment, right? Fine.
I had a good time.
Yeah,
me too. I kind of
I don't
them,
like the wilderness, so that's saying a lot.
However, Mod Manked would like to propose the following change.
Should we talk about who Mod Manked is?
Yeah, so he's an old. He was you want to go for it? You send it. I've been talking for enough time.
I don't know if I know a lot about him, but I'll share what I do know. Is from what I understand, he had associations with Rot. Is that correct?
I don't know if he was associated with Rot. I thought he was with Blaze, but he's with some PK clan.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to slander him then, so I'll take that back. He had associations with the PK community, which, to be fair, has very negative connotations, but doesn't have to be. But I don't know. I
mean, he's no mod Jed, but he seems like a nice dude. Like he wants the wilderness to be a better, like a more active place. And I do. I'm gonna say right. We're not gonna bury the lead. I get where he's coming from, and like I feel for him as someone who he enjoys PKing and his friends enjoy PKing. But what he's about to propose is not gonna fix it.
Let me finish. He also was like a Dead Man finalist or top 10 or like, I don't know. He didn't win one, did he? But he's very established.
He's a great PKer. He's really good.
Like very, very good. Cream of the crop.
Got a job at Jagex probably as a junior dev, right, to help with the wilderness, I assume.
Yeah, and he's
the one and the only employee that deals with Wildy.
He has a very difficult job because he has to be the warden of PvP updates when everybody, the community, 99% of the community, whatever, even people internally just don't like the wilderness that much. They don't like PKing PvP. It's very hard. So I want to give him the respect that his job is very difficult and it's very defeating. Before
we slander his work.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Fair.
I feel for him. That's hard. So
yeah. So with the kindness out of the way, I think we should dive into we should dive into this, and then we should talk about like our thoughts on it. So he's proposing that they split the cave into singles plus like it is now, and then a multi area. So this like big multi area like it used to be. So Singles Plus would be on the west side. He basically has changed the cave. He even put a visual. I don't know if he made it himself, but it's a long strip, and there's a bunch of little caves off to the left, and then there's a big one off to the right. So it kind of looks like a deformed ball sack. And over in the balls, you would be multi-PKing with the boys and paying hundreds of millions for protection. But he just wants to bring back that old school multi. Multi wouldn't feature any better loot, but obviously he's saying there'd be less competition because we're talking about these, would this bring the clans back, the protection clans? Manked said it's possible, but due to the ability to get drops elsewhere and the 100k GP, it shouldn't be as bad as it used to be. And then he's also, he talked about there being 5 Revenant Cave exits available, 1 on Lava Dragon Island, 1 north, 1 south of the fence, and then 3 around the mage arena. So instead of going out where you are right now, you'd be dunked out in like 50 wilderness. He chose these spots because they're steeped in history, and also because they make gold farmers and botters' lives more difficult, but also they make all regular players' lives difficult. You basically, if you to get jumped and he was in these proposed spots, you would instantly, there was no way you could survive against a PKer, even if you brought like 10 brews. Some other interesting changes, he'd like to change it so Iron Men can get drops from Maledictus and Revenants as long as they did the most damage, so kind of making them damage based. And then a way for loot in the higher level caves to automatically go into your inventory instead of a looting bag, and as well as adjusting the fees based on diaries, so 500k for no diary all the way up to 100k for hard or elite diaries. So that's his thoughts, boys. Who wants to start? Who wants to take the gloves off first?
Well, I do want to finish. Start. Let me finish what I was talking about with Manked, is that when you're part of the PK clan and community, and I'm going to assume when he gets off work, he goes and chats with his boys who he met probably through the PKing clans and PvP.
Well before he worked there, yeah.
Well before. And that's what always makes me kind of distrust him, which is not fair to him. He seems like a very hardworking, stand-up, honest, normal guy. So on the odd chance he's listening to this, I'm sorry. But whenever he releases some update like this, I'm thinking that it's just going to help the clans. So I never really trust him. So like these exit points seem to me like just easier spots for them to kill people. But I guess, well, the Lava Dragon Isle, you can kill some bots. I don't know.
There's no chance you survive. Like,
yeah,
there's no chance you survive, even if you're good at, like, I think I'm actually pretty good at tanking. And I used to bring like 10 brews with me or something when I was doing revs. And I would still die to like the demons, but you could get away from most people that were garbage. But with these new spots, you would die to the garbage people because you would just get outlasted. There's just nothing you could do. Like, where are you supposed to run to if you're dunked in 55
seems
wilderness?
Like bullshit. It just seems like obviously there's gonna be protection now. Like, it just seems like a roundabout way to get protection clans. But
yeah. Poplo, you weigh in.
Okay, I feel like I don't have as strong of opinions, so I will start. But I do think that it's going to be tough to survive after, even if you get out of the cave. Like, there's nothing that you can really do, especially in multi zones. Well, okay, if it changes stuff for, like the safe spotting revs, I guess, kind of the chill way of doing it, then
it will,
that's
for sure.
Already gonna, cause a riot already. And I don't think that it's really going to spread out the competition, because then it's just going to be in singles. Just as soon as whatever boss spawns, everyone's just going to be clicking it, and whoever has PID is going to get to attack it. And so I think it's just going to cause more frustrations for people concentrating into the singles areas, because why would you want to go in the multi side when you're just going to probably die after you kill 2 revs? So
yeah.
Anyway, still not a big fan of it, but
yeah, I agree with everything you said. It's a slam dunk no on so many different levels. And first of all, the visuals. It's hideous compared to what it is now. He's taken away all of the agility shortcuts. Like, there are none of them left. I think there's 1 left. He has taken away the ability to escape PKers because you're put out in high-level multi areas when you leave. Any one of these things would make it fail. What else is in here that people would hate? I don't know. There's just so many levels to this that are terrible, and like I feel bad for the guy. Like, but come on, like this is never gonna pass. Why not spend your time instead of recreating the fun? Because I agree. I think Rev used to be fun back in the day before the clans took over. It used to actually be a great time, and I think he wants that back. But reworking the cave is never gonna get that. I think new content is the way to freshen things up. But I guess I have a follow-up question for you guys. Do you think, let's say that we, with all the best intentions in the world, the whole community got together to try and design a piece of wilderness content. Do you think it's ever possible that we can release a new multi-boss into the game?
I think so.
Okay.
Like in the wilderness?
Yes.
You mean?
I think
sure,
they're
right?
fairly
Like
well
they
liked.
I think Callisto, Vedion, and the Spider are actually quite cool right now. Why not? Why not spend your time instead of reworking the Rev Caves, which is in a fine position at the moment for people who want to go in singles PK plus make money? Just leave it. Go make a new piece of content. You can add a dungeon somewhere with like new multi bosses that give you, like a new helmet, or you can add like new dragons, or with some new like upgraded shields and stuff to give you like immunity to poison or venom, or who knows. You can come up with this cool reward space, and it doesn't need to be a Rev Cave rework. This is never going to pass. Anyone could have told you that before he spent his 2 weeks doing it. I just feel a bit bad for him because it's going to be absolutely downvoted to hell.
Yeah, my question was, what problem is he trying to solve? Because I don't know if I glanced over that, or because if you're not trying to solve a current problem, is the problem just that they're boring right now? Like,
I think the problem is there's no multi, and the boys want the Rev Caves back from back in the day. I think it's you know what? It's the Soul Wars problem, but for PKing. You remember? People used to love Soul Wars when they were little kids. We used to love Rev Caves back in 2017 because there was no clans big enough to lock down worlds. It hadn't got toxic yet. But as soon as it tipped over, there's no going back. It has to be, time has to be spent elsewhere. The Rev Caves time is over. The story is written. It doesn't need to be changed.
I feel like you have the new wildy bosses with the unique cave system that kind of replaced that itch for, unique and fun and wild content with some strategy. But I wasn't around in 2017 playing this game when Revs existed. I remember watching some videos, but I don't know. I feel like they have something to chew on with the bosses and their predatory nature. So I don't know.
Yeah, you're between a rock and a hard place when it comes to getting new wilderness content into the game, right? Unless you're reworking something that exists, nobody wants to go out and get a best in slot and have to deal with PKers. At best, it would be some like weird side grades. So I feel for the guy, but this is not where it's at. Better than Wrathmaw though. Better than Wrathmaw, but still pretty trash.
You said the word.
Yeah, Wrathmaw.
He said it.
Dude, did that come out when we started the pod? Or was it well
must
before?
Have been one of the first ones that we were.
Oh, bro, was that his last one in the summer?
I think it was before.
I think it was before, but I think we talked about it.
Oh man, I do feel
Summer
for the guy because like this is such a shitty update. It feels like he's been by himself, and you're right, Hoyt, like the boys feeding into his ear. But here's the thing, like, you got to take a step back as your enjoyer of... You got to take a step back and say, look, like, it's the same thing that Jagex did when they wanted to get a new skill into the game. Instead of just coming up with an idea and shoving it down the community's throat, you have to take a step back and, like, work with everybody to make sure it's actually going to come into the game. So I think with PvP updates, you need to do the same thing. You need to be like, how could I ever pass a new piece of content into the wilderness? What do you guys think the main things would be? Well, it would have to have cool rewards, but they couldn't be top tier for PVM. They would have to be like side grades at best. It would have, if I wanted it to be multi, it would need to have ways for people to escape. Reasonably. You couldn't put them out in the middle of the mage arena surrounded by spikes so they instantly die. You would need to set it up in a way that actually encourages PVMers to go and gives them a chance to go and a chance to actually survive against PKers, not whatever this is. And the money couldn't be so good, or the rewards couldn't be so good that it's going to be best in the game and clans are going to be camping it.
They should do like cosmetic scrolls as well.
Why not?
I think the Bounty Hunter Crater has a ton of sweet cosmetics I'll never do. So maybe I'm wrong about that, but if you could kill wilderness things for a chance at a cosmetic scroll, like, you don't have to get it, there's no incentive, but if you do, it's a cool flex. You could sell it for money. People want the black and red. I don't know.
Or what about some like crazy cosmetic collection log for specifically for the 3 weapons from the Revenant caves? Like, you could have them as these like ultra rare, instead of a pet, like come up with a new boss that instead of a pet has these like mutagen style cosmetics for either PKing weapons or for wilderness weapons. Because then most of the people in the game will be like, look, I don't really give a shit about that. That can come in the game. Fine by me. But then people
put
who
them
are
in
like,
the clog.
Yeah, stick them on the collection log. You know, people can grind out these like 1 in 2,000 upgrades and they'll look crazy good. There's so many different cosmetics they could add to chase items. And then they could add, I know another item that they've talked about adding was the helmet that instead of anti-venom, it was like anti-fire, +5 strength.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's an item I've seen around. You could add some version of that sick shield from Leagues that gave you no poison, no anti. You could add like a weaker version of that that's like a step below the Dragonfire shield or around the Dragonfire shield. You could add an upgrade to the Dragonfire shield, which would be kind of cool. So make it still worse than Defender, but like maybe gives you anti-venom as well as anti fire. Or you could make it extended, so you can add extended anti-fire protection to it, make it stronger. I don't know, there's a bunch of cool things you could do. There's design space. I feel like as long as you're not sticking the boss in like 55 wilderness where, the boys can collapse on you and you'll never get out with any loot, you could make a boss that could come into the game, but you would need to take some compromise. You need to compromise a bit on what you want, and this kind of has no compromises, and will ultimately suffer the consequences. Sadly, for him, not for us. But yeah, there we go.
Again, it just doesn't solve a problem that I see right now.
No,
so that's going to make it a hard sell.
100%.
I don't know, man. Let's just go back to the roaming revenants when they just roam around the wilderness.
Let's just get Rathma back, boys. Let's rework Rathma to drop a new item that you can add the Twisted Bow, the Shadow, and the Scythe together. That would be sick.
Mm-hmm.
But you could only farm it,
dude.
But it only spawns once every 24 hours. Huh?
You have to have permission from Rot to get it.
Yes, yeah, that's true. You have to write a written letter to them with using every slur known to in your language.
Okay.
I'm in.
Okay, we move on. You can tell where we stand here at the RaidzBank podcast, and I'm sure many of our listeners stand with us. Next, we move on to the combat infrastructure. Hoyt, do you want to take this one?
Yeah. All right. Combat infrastructure. They said basically the team has been strengthening and future-proofing the combat infrastructure for major releases like Leagues, Blood Moon Rises, and the Fractured Archive. This will help ensure these combat-heavy updates integrate well with the engine and are implemented smoothly for launch.
So, what do they mean by this?
Sounds like
that's why I got
they're
you to
just
take
doing. They're doing a bunch of background work so that, think about like the Vardorvis QuickTime event. That's probably a whole unique interface they had to code and test. So I'm guessing with the Fractured Archive and with the Blood Moon Rises, there's going to be some new PVM mechanics that we're going to see that are totally unique and bespoke, as some people would say. So I think maybe they're working on that, but overall, they're just doing a code cleanup and letting us know that they're creating a better ecosystem so they can keep giving us cool content. They're intentionally pretty vague, but they're working on content.
Yeah, and I feel
that sounds sick to me.
Yeah.
Having something different sounds so cool.
Yeah, mod Manked.
Everyone loves the Vardorva's captcha. So if they could do that again.
They should do that, but with the puzzles where you have to click 400 times.
The slider puzzles?
The slider puzzles in the
The
middle.
clue scroll puzzles?
Yeah. Oh, the light box. Be funny.
Well, you're just getting bombarded by things, and it closes your closes the tab every 2 seconds when you get
Yes. Yes. You should add a captcha where you have to put in your credit card number to get the drop. That'd be interesting.
Oh, that'd be good.
Okay. Next
it's
we have
real world time gated.
Yeah,
you just pick up a couple extra shifts, and then you got yourself
$1 to knock off every 1 in the drop rate. So if it's 1 in 1,000, put in $1,000, and it's a 1 in 1. Hey, you saying there's a chance? Okay. Next we have other changes. So now, if you're on a boss specific Slayer task, you can enter the lair of the specific wilderness boss without meeting the diary requirements. Note this won't work for generic Slayer tasks, but it has to be for the specific boss. So basically, they had some change where they tried to cut down on the bossing botting that was happening in the wilderness, and it kind of locked out a couple people that had these funky accounts. So this is kind of just another band-aid to fix that. Whatever. I don't really care about any of it, to be fair, even though I know one person who has one of those accounts. Respect to him.
I think we talked about that. I think we talked about it last week.
It doesn't make me mad. Like it's Band-Aid fixes all over the place, but like, what are you gonna do about botting at some point? It sucks. It sucks either way. But at least they're fixing it for these people. So it's kind of cool that you can get on with their accounts again.
Yeah.
But for the majority, this probably doesn't affect you. And then finally, they have come with the Castle Wars mod event. So on Saturday, February 28th, you can go to Ferox Enclave on World 499 as Mod Rach and Civ go head-to-head in a Castle Wars showdown. So if you want to play an old school game of Castle Wars or just show up and be super toxic, then that would be the place to do it. Maybe we can.
No, we don't support toxicity here.
But how about we support peaceful protests where we go outside in our monk's robes in the Ferox Enclave and make a huge chain, and we say no to the Revenant cave update.
I don't think we need to. It won't even be polled.
They won't poll it. No, it would be embarrassing if they polled it. It would not.
Reddit will have an aneurysm.
Yeah, they would. I mean, most people would, to be fair. So. My God, we got some content out of it though, so you can't be upset about that. Boys, you gonna go to the Castle Wars event or nay on this one?
Hell
no. No.
No, me neither.
I don't quite understand it. They're gonna give 2 mods like 1,000 health, and then they just have to capture a flag. So you're just gonna be chain freezing them, or are they immune to freeze? Like, well, it does not take long to run over there.
Okay, but they did this with, they've done this before where they give mods like 1,000,000 HP or something, and then, they just play Castle Wars. But I think this one is free to play? Is 499 a free to play world? So I think they might be doing a free to play now.
Okay. Well, that would help a little, but.
Yeah.
Bizarre. Not hurting anyone, so hope it's fun.
So that pretty much covers it for the Game Jam, fellas. Any final thoughts on this set?
No. I hope they do come out with the sailing rework for the sails. I think would be needed, but overall pretty lukewarm. The music stuff's already in, and
It felt like not as much content this time, and it was more like back-end stuff, which is cool. It's nice that they have
multi-level visibility. That one's big for new players, yeah. Skill guide, level up is good.
Again, little touch-ups, right? Little touch-ups. Not like as many content pieces this time. It was just the cow and the caves, I think.
Yeah, quality of life. I think that's good.
Poplo, anything to add?
Nope. I'm good.
Okay. So that is going to bring us to an end now. We are going to head over to the chest room. We hope we see you there.
All right, welcome to the chest room. I'm your host, Poplo, this week. for the chest room. This is a little segment that we like to do where one of the hosts will just pick a topic, anything RuneScape or non-RuneScape related, and we'll just surprise the other two hosts with it. And since we haven't had all three of us on in a little while, I figured let's play a game because we all love games, right?
Yeah.
Everyone loves a little friendly competition.
Let's go. Me versus Hoyt.
Great. Okay. So this week, fellas, we're going to put you guys against each other with examine texts.
Oh, no.
Oh.
From around the game.
I like this. Okay.
Yes. Okay. So I don't know if you guys have ran around the game, but there's only like 9 freaking million examine texts in the game. So I only picked a couple, and this obviously will leave a lot of room open if we want to do another one of these sometime in the future. But I figured the way that this would work is we have an easy, medium, and an expert tier of examine texts. And we've got 4 questions in each, and I will ask you guys I will give you the examine text, and you have to tell me what the item is or the thing that it is examining. It's not necessarily an item, but it could also be something in the environment.
Dude, this is so hard. It's like 20,000, 30,000 different things that this could be.
It is. It's there's a lot of things. I tried to pick ones that you could maybe figure out.
Small box. Great.
Which small box? Are you more specific?
Oh, God. All right, I'm ready. I'm ready as I'm ever going to be.
Okay, I'll start with one of you. You'll have an opportunity to answer, and if you get it correct, you get a point. If you get it incorrect, the other person has a chance to steal. Okay?
Do we just go back and forth? Like how many times? Just once?
We'll just do one time, just to keep it quick. If you don't get it the first time, the other person has a chance to get it, and if they don't get it, then we'll just move on.
Okay.
Does that work for you guys?
Sure.
All right. Let's see. First off, let's go. Hoyt, do you want to start us off here?
Sure.
All right. So we're going to start with the easy tier. So each of you will get a chance to answer some of these easy questions. The first examine text is, this could be used to make a good stew. How many guesses? This could be used to make a good stew.
I'll go with my gut. I'm going to say potato.
Potato is correct. Hoyt,
Let's go.
off to a very strong start here.
Handpicked hundreds of those for my first episode. So
that's right. I should have. You're right. You're right.
Why? He's got that. He's got that.
He had a competitive.
That dark.
He had a
YouTube
competitive
tech.
advantage.
Oh my god.
The dark tech is right. Okay, Heartless. Here is your first examine text.
I'm ready.
It is baby bread.
Baby bread.
Yep.
Oh no. This is really bad. I assume this is an object.
It is an object.
Is it?
Oh, now we can ask questions.
Yeah, is it pita bread?
What is this?
No, it's not pita.
Okay,
No.
what is it?
That's a good guess. I don't know.
That is a good guess. Hoyt,
Are
do you have any
croutons in
guesses?
this game?
Crouton-
No, that's
Croutons
not
are
my
not
guess.
Okay.
Baby bread. Jeez. That is really hard. I'll just say baguette.
No, that is a good guess, but it is not baguette. It is wheat.
Oh,
Wheat
damn.
is used to make bread.
It's a bit of a stretch, baby.
Yeah,
bread.
that's very.
That's a good one. Come on, I'll give him credit
Stop
for
the
that one.
count.
Stop it.
No,
Okay.
start it. Heartless is losing for once.
Yeah,
Okay,
in a
that's
game
right.
in a game of examine text.
All right,
This is
and that's
this
the
is
game, guys.
This is
Hoyt
big
wins.
knowledge. No, this is, honestly, Hoyt is gonna
Alright.
win. This is pure guesswork here.
Talk to you guys next week. This was good.
Roll credits. All right, let's go to number 3. Hoyt, you are up first. And the examine text says, looks after your farming tools.
Tool leprechaun.
This one's easy.
They're all easy. They're all in the easy tier. Cool Leprechaun is correct. Hoyt.
I had to think of his name, dude. I was thinking like gnome. No.
You just asked him a fact, and he gave you what looks after them. Now he's gonna tell me lightweight firm.
Heartless is tilted on question 2.
Yes.
We're in his head.
Perfect.
All right, Heartless. Are you ready? Here's your next one.
Yeah.
A vicious curved sword.
Oh, I've actually seen this one before. Vicious dragon scimitar.
That is correct.
Nice.
It is the dragon scimitar. Iconic exam text. I feel like everyone, as soon as they got it, way back in the day, just examined it right away. Like, oh my gosh, I got the dragon scimitar.
I was about to appeal that this was rigged, but it looks like he threw me a freebie.
Clip that.
Hey,
I'm gonna need that later.
Okay. Well, you guys got 3 out of the 4 in the easy tier. We're gonna move to the medium tier. So these are gonna be just a little bit more tricky, but I think you can still kind of deduce from what they are if you think about it a little bit. So Hoyt, we will start with you. Your first exam attack. If rocks could feel fear, they'd fear this.
I mean, it's obviously pickaxe. I need to give you a tier.
You have to be specific.
Okay. Well, I will say rocks could. I mean, I'll go with my gut. I'll say dragon pickaxe.
Dragon pickaxe is correct.
Thank God. I was
Well
about to say
done.
rune, but to follow the trend here.
Right.
Wow, freebie.
Freebie. All right. Okay, Heartless. Here's your super difficult one.
Okay.
Because the game is rigged. It says, "It seems to be looking at me."
Yo, what is this? You give him the rock crushing one, and then you give me one with eyes? Oh my God. It seems to be looking at me.
Yep.
This is some bullshit.
I know it.
Here. Are there any mirrors in this game?
When I tell you, I think you're gonna. I'm not gonna say.
It seems to be looking at me. Okay, is it an object? You can at least tell me that. Like
There's no questions.
an item, dude. You just got you said the freest one in the world. Give me a lifeline, please. Let me call a lifeline.
Okay, I'll tell you. All of these medium ones are objects.
Okay.
Well, mine wasn't an object.
It was.
As an item, a dragon pickaxe.
Wait, isn't that what you mean?
An object exists in the game world like a bench, workbench, furnace, staircase.
Okay, are there any eyes in the game?
Okay, well,
Let me think.
okay, never mind then.
Okay,
I recant my
it's
statement.
either a mirror or... But there's no mirrors. Is it Eye of Newt?
Eye of Newt is correct. Heartless,
Really?
well done.
Oh my God, I was going to say painting.
Yeah, it
I thought
is.
it said Draenor painting.
Dude, I was trying to think of mirrors, but the only thing was mirror shield, but that wouldn't make any sense. That's the
I
only mirror
swear
I could
that-
think of.
Draenor house painting. It says something about being
Good
Yeah, but
job.
he said it was an object that you could like buy or have in your inventory.
This is not an object. It's an
Eye of Newt.
is an
Yeah, it is.
item.
An
I
item.
recanted
Yeah,
my
whatever.
statement.
Not an object.
Item. That's what he means, though. He means an item.
These words have meanings.
Dude, we should never do objects. I would never get it. Oh, look, it's tree. Wilderness tree.
I think there are objects in
It
this
is
game.
tree.
If it's
Okay.
objects, I'm done for. But items, I think, is a little bit more reasonable.
Yeah.
Bro, that was tough.
okay.
That was really tough.
Okay, we'll
Well
stick.
done.
We'll stick with items. How about that?
Okay.
Okay, Hoyt. Here is your next one. It says possibly fireproof. Possibly.
Oh.
How you giving him the
I
freebies?
crash out.
Freebies. I don't give out freebies here.
I don't think I know this one. Possibly fireproof. Possibly. I'm gonna say tinderbox.
Tinderbox is incorrect.
It's an anti-dragon
Jesus.
shield.
Also incorrect.
What?
Hey, thank you.
so sorry.
Damn, what is it?
I was looking for warm gloves.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay,
That's
so is
tough.
it
I never
No.
would have got that.
Okay. Well, now I have to
What's the score?
find
4-4, 3-3.
score. Hoyt, you're leading 3-2.
Slender.
Okay.
Okay. All right. My next one was an object, so I'm gonna find an item.
You can do objects. I think objects.
Yeah,
are
you can
fine.
do objects.
You've right-clicked on a door.
Yeah, go for
Okay,
it.
fine. Okay, fine.
So we'll try it.
The next one, Heartless, you get to start this one.
Oh,
is,
yeah, it's fine to be an object if it's me. It's not all good.
Well, yeah, you said.
Whatever.
All right, the exam
Yeah,
text
go on.
says future web developers.
What?
Future web developers.
Future web developers. I mean, it has to be some kind of spiderling of some kind. Like a baby spider. But I don't know which one. Is it the ones that Venenatis' little spawns? That's my guess. Venenatis spiderlings.
That is incorrect.
What?
I'll say
Wait.
giant spider.
Oh, you guys are both very close, but it's spider eggs.
Yeah, it should have been
okay.
Venenatis
Fair enough.
spiderlings. Spider
Yes.
eggs, goddamn.
That is very close.
I thought it was just gonna be the generic spider, and you're gonna be in a tough spot.
I'm already in a tough spot. I keep getting.
He's
you
already
get the
in a tough
low hanging
spot.
fruit, and then he's throwing the tough ones at me.
Oh man, Heartless.
Okay. I'll give Hoyt a hard one here. We're moving on now to the expert tier. The
Don't-
score is still
Don't give
3-2.
it into him,
Get him,
Poplo.
yeah, get him.
Hoyt is in the
Letting him
lead.
win.
These are all going to be a little bit difficult, but that's okay. All right, Hoyt, your first exam and text is quieter than a ninja mouse with slippers on.
Bro, what is this? This
Jesus
is so
Christ.
freaking hard, Poplo. We're struggling with like
Quieter
amulets of glory and
than a
stuff.
ninja Quieter. Quiet.
Oh,
Quieter than a ninja mouse with slippers on.
no. I feel for you here, Hoyt. That's a tough one.
Yes, it is. Quiet.
If it was an item, it'd be so much
Jeez.
easier to like guess.
Is it an object? Do we know now?
It's not an item. It's
Is
gotta
it-
be an object.
Um,
I feel like
listen
that's
to
a
you.
fair to ask. It's fair to ask if it's
Okay.
an item.
Yeah.
Hold on.
That's a fair
This
question.
is
Can it go in your inventory or not?
The guy doesn't even know.
hold on. Wait.
Oh no, we're in trouble here. Wait,
No, I know what it is. What's the word for it?
NPC, object,
It's-
item, location.
It has a. It's not an NPC, but it's a monster, kind of.
That's an NPC.
Kind of.
I guess.
Okay.
I guess
Sure.
we'll figure.
But it's not really a character. So.
yeah, they're NPCs though, technically.
All right. Okay. Sure.
Non-player. Okay. Quieter than mouse. Okay, I'm gonna say assassin.
Okay. Assassin is incorrect. All right,
Yo,
let's see how to
yo,
guess.
This, I mean, not really, but let me have a think about this. I'm looking at the
take it
bosses. Quiet. Which one is quiet? Which one is quiet? I actually have no clue, Poplo. Quieter. Which one's
No guess. Okay.
No. I gotta come up with a guess.
Got to guess.
Maybe some kind of like hunter minion or something. Not an. I don't know. Maybe I'll just go with rabbit.
Oh, you were on the right track. It is a dark kebbit.
Oh, a dark kebbit.
would've
Okay.
taken-
I was
Yeah.
trying to think of quiet animals, but yeah, that's tough. I
That was-
never
that was
never would have gotten
well
dark
done.
kebbit, dude. That's tough.
That was close. I would have probably taken any kebbit.
Any kebbit, no.
Okay, Heartless, your turn. Next expert text says, examine what?
And tell us if it's an item or object.
Yeah, we need some kind of hint
Let's
for this
examine,
one.
we'll
Poplo,
see.
please.
It is an object. Well, no, it's an item. It's an item.
It's not examine what? Oh my god. It's gotta be some kind of like examine what? I'm thinking hard here. I'm staring out my window. Nice sunny day.
These are all a little
Is it
a little punny, I would say.
Is it a magnifying glass? Is that an object?
I don't think that's an object.
Okay, then I take it back.
Wait, he said this was an item, right?
Yeah.
It's an item.
An item. Yeah.
I don't think you can get a magnifying glass.
You can't? Okay. This is where my thoughts are going.
A broken magnifying glass exists.
Okay. Damn. Dude, this is so tough. I genuinely don't even have a guess for this. So go ahead, Hoy, you try. This is too hard. I have no idea. Like I was done at spyglass or something like that.
Okay, I'm gonna say null.
Null.
Yeah, the null object. Okay.
It's not a null.
Oh,
but
this
that's
one,
a good guess.
Poplo, what the hell was it?
All right, this is a camo top.
Ah, that's good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, never would have gotten
That's
that one.
funny.
Absolutely no chance.
Can't see him.
I
Can't see
I
him.
get the joke. I get the joke.
That's right. Okay, these last two are also similar, kind of jokey a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. I'll tell you this is an object.
Okay.
And the examine text is not very high.
Not very high. Oh man. An object. Not very high. Jeez.
These are yes, very very difficult ones.
I'll say fence.
Not a fence. Heartless, you have
Not very high. It's got to be something to do with the gnomes. It's got to be something to do with the gnomes. Some kind of like entrance or something. Not very high. Where do the gnomes go into? Oh, is it the... I mean, this is absolutely reaching. But is it the... This is so reaching. But you know the hole where they get into during the Witch's Lair quest? I'm going to guess it's that entrance.
Okay. That is incorrect.
Dude, come on. Like, what are we supposed to do? What was it?
Just say
You're
like
right.
a wall, maybe?
Yeah,
You're right, I might have made... You're right, I might have made these a little bit hard.
A little bit.
You're subject to well, okay, it is
The city gate.
an ogre standard. An
What
ogre.
the-
Yeah.
Yo,
Like
how
the flag.
you're
The
done.
flags
Done.
all are
Heartless and
all
I are
around
coming
the
for you
ogre.
right
we
now.
we
I
quit.
just started my car.
Yeah. Okay.
My camera's purring right now.
Oh no. This is
Oh,
brutal.
geez.
This is absolutely brutal.
All right, Heartless, you have one more chance
Great.
to even up the score.
Can't wait. There's no way. This has got to be
And for the hardest
This has got to
one
be
yet.
the least. This is the most anticlimactic game of all time.
The score, I'll remind you, is still 3-2.
Don't remind me of the score.
Thank you.
That's fucking bullshit.
I missed that
That's
one.
what
Okay,
that
the
is.
last one.
Okay,
is-
let's hear it.
It says it makes you taller.
What?
This is an object.
It's an object, and it makes you taller.
Makes you taller.
Oh.
Have a think about it.
This is very challenging. Makes you taller. I mean, last one, I ended up going down the rabbit hole.
To be fair, an ogre standard's probably at the end of a rabbit hole.
That makes you taller. I'm trying to think of like my immediate thought was guillotine, but that makes you shorter. Is it like a rack? Is there's something like that in the game?
Oh like my god, he actually got it.
Wait, what? Is that the joke?
It's one of the torture racks.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Jesus
all right,
Christ.
Well done. I was gonna say a stool. So
yeah. First of all, because I was like, makes you shorter would be guillotine. I was like, well, it makes you taller. I guess is the opposite.
Wow. Okay.
Right, well done. Yeah.
Well done. Okay.
Deep knowledge of medieval torture devices.
Yeah, time break.
Now I have to come up with some type of.
Just pick a random object around where you're standing in the game right now, and we'll send it.
Hold on, I'm gonna go to my bank.
Oh, okay. Going for an item. That's fair. That's fair.
We're gonna go for an item. What is this? Sounds too hard. I gotta find one that's like moderate so I don't get ripped to shreds by these guys here.
We could both DM you our answers too.
Wow, we're going deep secret now. There's many layers.
Secret.
Or we could keep going back and forth until the other one doesn't get it. Otherwise, if I get the first one, I just would win.
It's over.
Otherwise, you just win. That's just the way that it goes. Fair.
I said, we'll message Poplo our answers, and then he'll read them out.
Okay. I'm down.
Okay, that works for me. I'm just examining everything right now. I don't know.
Poplo's on the struggle bus.
I am.
They're all too easy, right?
They're either like super easy.
I got one for you. A leafy tree.
A leafy tree.
Guess what? It's leafy tree. Wow. Some of them are just as basic as that.
Some of them are just very
Pick
easy.
the older the item probably has the quirkier examine
true.
text.
An older item. Let's see. What about this one?
Any old stuff.
It's like the ectophile is just the ectophile.
Do some old. You do your thing.
It's okay. Hoyt will edit out the dead air. It's fine.
No.
No, he's gonna leave it in. Everyone's gonna suffer with us. Okay, he's ready.
Okay, I'll give you this one, and then you can send me your answers. It is a terrifying heavy sword.
Ooh. Okay.
Terrifying heavy sword. Okay, I have an answer from Hoyt. And I have an answer from Heartless. And the winner is neither of you guys.
Okay, we go again. We go again.
Okay, yep. Send me another one. Okay, Hoyt. Oh, can I say it or no?
Yeah, read them out.
Okay, Hoyt guessed Dragon 2-hander. Dragon 2H. That's incorrect. And Heartless said Colossal Blade.
Oh, good guess. What was it?
Neither of those two. It was a terrifying heavy sword.
Okay, I'm in the tank.
Oh, are we gonna guess again?
Yeah, we go again.
Oh, okay. Tiebreak.
I think we go again for the same one.
Okay.
We go again.
Terrifying.
Some people out there are screaming terrifying heavy swords at us. So, this is tough. Very tough.
Okay, I have an answer from Mr. Heartless.
I'll just mail that one in.
He's mailing it in.
Hoyt. All right. Here we go. Hoyt said Shadow Sword.
I don't know if that's what it's incorrect.
Called. Heartless said BGS. And that That's pretty close.
No!
I think I'm gonna give it to you. I think
What?
I'm gonna give it to you.
You
Is
gonna
it
give it
God
to me?
sword?
Is it a god sword?
I was gonna take any god sword, but it is.
Okay. Is it a ZGS then? Because that's the scary
It
one.
is.
Okay.
It is a ZGS. Yes.
Nice. That was gonna be my next guess if it wasn't the BGS. RP Hoyt.
They each say a different one. So Bandos God Sword is brutally heavy sword.
Oh really?
SGS.
I thought
is
they
a
would all be
gracious heavy
the.
sword.
I thought they'd all be the same. Honestly, I was just thinking of two-handed swords that you would have in your bank. To be honest, there can't be that many of them. I got meta with the question. That had to be done.
The meta-analysis.
The meta-analysis.
Well,
he must have a VGS.
In a exciting tiebreaker, Heartless comes back to win it. And
that's
you
pure
win.
content right there. Us just going
There you go.
for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right.
That was good.
It's good. It's
Good
good.
game.
There you go. GG's.
I was thinking of
Yeah.
Rune two-hand sword. I'm gonna look up.
Dude,
what is that
I was thinking
Rune
too.
two-
As soon as you
about
said old items, but I was like, "There's no way Poplo would have that in his bank." As soon as you did 2H, they must all be the same, right? Like all the 2Hs are similar.
Yeah, it just says a two-handed dragon sword.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
I thought
all of them
shadow
are-
sword would be a good one.
Yeah, that's a-
'cause it's
that's
like
a-
the
that's a-
master item.
That's a.
But it's
that's
not heavy.
That's
It's a shadow.
Yeah, you're right. True.
That would be a good one.
Massively heavy. I just thought
But-
Colossal Blade because it's big, but I don't know.
That was honest. That was the best guess. But
Yeah. You guys had some great guesses, but ultimately, that is how it ends up. You guys have anything else for this week before we wrap it up here?
No, that's it.
nope.
All
See you guys
right.
next week.
Nice to be
Thanks
back.
for listening, guys. Yep.
See you guys.
Thanks.
See ya.